Good morning, students. This is Saraswati KB, Assistant Professor, Government First Aid College, Tiptur. In this session of the video, let us learn about Riders to the Sea, a one-act tragedy written by John Millington Synge. This introductory session explains to you the historical background of the play. The political background of Ireland has its impact on Synge's plays and the literary activity of the period. The union of Ireland with England and Scotland had been an uneasy one ever since its inception in 1800. The problems of the Irish peasantry were magnified by the recurring crop failures and by the imposition of a Protestant minority on the Roman Catholic majority. The near famine conditions caused the people to panic and to rebel against the land-owning Protestants. The Irish landlords mismanaged their affairs throughout the 19th century. The majority never did anything to improve the conditions of the peasants. Population was on the increase and the farm holdings were becoming smaller and smaller. Tenants were forcibly evicted from their holdings. They had no rights, no compensation was paid to them, and there was nothing to save them from starvation or death. The Anglo-Irish relations of this period are a bitter tale of rebellion and suppression. There was in the 70s and 80s a general sense of lawlessness, of attacks on the police barracks or riots and uprisings. This continued in the last decade of the century in Ireland. Even on the Aran Islands, rents were high, fertility was low, and evictions were known. With this historical background, Riders to the Sea is a one-act tragedy written by John Millington Synge. Even this play was attacked by nationalists who decried it because of Synge's attitude to God and religion. Despite these attacks, the play is now part of the canon of English literature. As the 20th century drew near in Ireland, a new nationalist and cultural revival stirred. It came to be known as Irish Literary Renaissance, and it changed the modern history of Ireland. It made the sense of the Irish past. It introduced a new generation of nationalists to the myths and legends of early Irish history. This Gaelic past would ballast the rising nationalist movement, providing it with subject matter and inspiration. In literary terms, this period saw a renaissance in Irish drama and poetry, in particular, and a move away from realism. And this new form of poetic realism was written during the 20th century and focused on the portrayal of Irish peasant life. John Millington Synge, W.B. Yeats, and Lady Gregory were but a few writers to use poetic realism. Their portrayal of peasant life was often unappealing, and many audiences reacted cruelly. An Irish theatre came to mean not a theatre simply in aid of the political agitation or a theatre propagandist in aim, but a theatre dealing with the way of life of Ireland, appealing to the emotions and imaginations of its people and being a strong medium of expression. The substitution of Irish actors made it truly a national movement. These plays used myths as a surrogate for real life in order to allow the audience to leave the unpleasant plot without completely connecting to it. This is the setting of the play Riders to the Sea, Aran Islands. We can notice in this picture, Aran Islands are a group of 3 islands between Count Galloway and Count Clare in the mouth of Galloway Bay, and these 3 islands are Inishimore, Inishiman and Inishishire. The play happens in the biggest of these 3 islands, Inishimore. Synge visited these Aran Islands and revived his knowledge of Ireland. He learned a great deal about the people and their emotional attitudes. They were primitive, bold, vigorous, and slightly brutal. They were superstitious and pagan, but they were of Catholic faith. John Millington admired the skill and the intelligence of the islanders and their deep artistic awareness. They lived in constant danger of the sea, lived life intensely, and grieved when death confronted them, but picked up the threads of life again. The wildness of their life and passions appealed to Synge the most. Okay, you can see these Aran Islands situated in the west coast of Ireland, and the play Riders to the Sea is set in these islands. Now, in this introductory session, let us learn some important information related to the writer John Millington Synge. J.M. Synge was born on April 16, 1871 in Rathfarnham, Ireland. He was a key figure in the Irish literary revival, contributing prose, poetry and drama to the literary community. He was a founding member of the Abbey Theatre along with Lady Gregory and W.B. Yeats. Synge's plays revived poetic drama and dealt with realistic themes. The language he created out of the bilingual tradition of Ireland had a peculiar tang of its own. It was poetic, at the same time it was robust. Synge is best known for his play, The Playboy of the Western World, which caused riots in the streets of Dublin after its opening performance at the theatre. Considered one of the foremost English language dramatists, Synge was the most highly esteemed playwright at the turn of the 20th century. Later in his life, at the age of 37, he developed Hodgkin's lymphoma, a cancer, and died shortly in 1909. Okay, this is the portrait of Edmund John Millington Synge. He is the author of the play, one-act tragedy, Riders to the Sea, prescribed for your study. Now let us learn something about his career. Although he came from a wealthy Anglo-Irish background, his writings mainly concern working-class Catholics in rural Ireland and with what he saw as the essential paganism of their worldview. He was an Irish playwright, poet, writer, collector of folklore, and a key figure in the Irish literary revival. His best known play, The Playboy of the Western World, was poorly received due to its bleak ending, depiction of Irish peasants, idealization of parricide, leading to hostile audience reactions and riots in Dublin. He came from a wealthy Anglo-Irish background, and his writings mainly concern the working class Catholics in rural Ireland. Owing to ill health, Synge was homeschooled. His early interest was in music, leading to a scholarship and degree at Trinity College, Dublin, and he went to Germany in 1893 to study music. He abandoned his career path in 1894 with a move to Paris, where he took up poetry and criticism, where he met W.B. Yeats and then returned to Ireland. He is a poetic dramatist of great power who portrayed the harsh rural conditions of the Aran Islands and the Western Irish seaboard with sophisticated craftsmanship. He met W.B. Yeats while studying in Paris in 1896. Yeats inspired him with enthusiasm for the Irish Renaissance and advised him to stop writing critical essays and instead to go to Aran Islands and draw material from life. He was already struggling from the progression of a lymphatic sarcoma that was to cause his death. Synge lived in the islands during part of each year, observing the people and learning their language and recording his impressions in the Aran Islands, which was published in 1907. And his Riders to the Sea is based on islanders' stories. John Synge was the last of 5 children. Synge and his siblings were raised by their deeply Protestant mother after their father died in 1872. He was a part of well-off upper-class family, and his mother was able to afford to send all 5 children to private school. Synge attended school beginning at age 10 for 4 years, but he soon developed health problems that prevented regular attendance. He spent most of his childhood outside, observing nature and watching birds, while his mother hired a tutor to teach him from home. Synge was an ambitious musician with a focus on violin, theory, and composition. It was also around this time that he began writing poetry. In 1893, Synge moved out of his mother's home and traveled to Germany to study music. He soon found he was too nervous to perform and moved to Paris in 1894 to study language and literature instead. It was here that he met his good friend and mentor W.B. Yeats in 1826. On reading Synge's poetry, Yeats urged his friend to leave Paris in order to further develop his writing. The advice of his friend led Synge to travel back and forth to the Aran Islands for a number of years. Now let us look into the contributions of James Synge. John Millington Synge was an Irish playwright, poet, writer, collector of folklore, and a key figure in the Irish literary revival. His major works include The Playboy of the Western World, In the Shadow of the Glen, Riders to the Sea, The Well of the Saints, and The Tinker's Wedding. Synge's plays revived poetic drama. The language of his plays were created from the bilingual tradition of Ireland. It was poetic and robust. With his efforts, Irish theatre became a theatre dealing with the way of life of Ireland, appealing to the emotions and imaginations of its people, and being a strong medium of expression. Synge's contributions lay in the bold handling of human relationships and desires, the expressions of their thoughts and feelings. He shook off the Victorian attitude towards sex. He disapproved of the purely fantastic, unmodern, ideal, breezy, spring dayish theatre. He believed firmly that a strong drama can only grow out of the fundamental realities of life and out of a balanced presentation of these realities, be they sex or religion or piety. Now, dear friends, this is the play which you are going to study, and you have learnt about the writer John Millington Synge, his contributions to Irish literary theatre and to literature as a whole. The Riders to the Sea are the observations and impressions of John Millington Synge on the Aran Islands, which were recorded and later inspired him to write Riders to the Sea, a short one-act play. This play was written in 1902, but it was enacted or played in 1904. Despite its length, Riders to the Sea was hailed as almost perfect one-act play by critics. Synge had captured the true plight of the rural Irish. John Millington Synge had grown as an artist throughout his lifetime, changing and shaping his writing abilities through hard-pressed observations. This lifetime of realistic, powerful writing is why J.M. Synge is considered one of the foremost English language dramatists in the 20th century. This is in brief an introduction to the play and the playwright. Thank you for watching the video. In the coming sessions, we will learn about the play and the summary of the play and an analysis of it. Thank you for watching the video.